Hey guys, what's up? My name is Tom Spark. Welcome back to another video review. Today we're going to be checking out Bitdefender VPN because someone on Discord kept bothering me to review it. So today we're going to be checking it out, running through the paces, pricing, applications, speeds, and so on. Before I start this video, you might be wondering, well, why should I trust you for a VPN review? Well, I've done more than anyone on YouTube in terms of the VPN space. I've reviewed over 60 plus VPNs, and all that stuff is on VPNtierlist.com. If there's a video you want to see about VPN, chances are I've already made it or am planning to make it, and my general mission here is to do unsponsored, objective VPN reviews that you guys can trust. So let's get into it right now. Now guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and check out VPNtierlist.com. This is kind of like the central hub of the channel where I list out all the resources for you guys to help you pick the best VPN service. Anyways guys, back to the video. One more thing, if you guys want to help support the channel, make sure to click on some of the links in the description or the comment down below. As always guys, the first thing we're checking out is going to be pricing, and now I gotta say Bitdefender has improved its pricing model. I think last time I checked it out, they only offered like a yearly plan, and they didn't really offer a monthly plan, I don't think. So now I do think it's a decent pricing plan. For 1 year, it's around $30. The next year, if you stay subscribed, is probably going to be $50, which is slightly more expensive, but I still think a decent deal. I've said this before, I'm not really a fan of this first year then second model increase because I think customers will forget about it, and that's probably why they price it that way. This is becoming more common with VPNs lately. I'm not sure as why. So it does have up to 10 simultaneous device use, which is also really good for the price. So I don't really have any qualms about the pricing plan at all. It's pretty good. It could be a tiny bit cheaper, and we're going to have to take into account if it includes streaming compatibility, but overall, not too bad here. Now, what about the application? How is Bitdefender's application? Well, it's kind of what you would expect from a antivirus turned VPN kind of application. And by that, I mean it looks good, it works fine. However, it is extremely minimal into what customization and security settings it offers as a VPN service. Compared to other VPNs who have been in the industry for quite some time, this is an extremely basic application. So much so that you can't pick individual locations. It does have automatic and a decent amount of places to pick, but you can't pick individual places. So that's just one of the examples of how the application is limited. It does kind of have some cool things like a dark and light mode, and the application looks pretty good. It is a good looking application, but like I said, as you could see here, there's really not that much to it. It really only just has auto connect and internet kill switch features. So let's go ahead and see how it performs in the application analysis. As you can see here, I put Bitdefender in the application analysis, and it is red as it gets. This is an extremely basic application. I'm probably going to give it a 2 out of 5 because it does work good, but it does lack a lot of the features we're looking for in customization. It doesn't have anything from a Linux GUI, included BitTorrent proxy support, stats on the servers, any kind of thing like DNS port customization, split tunneling, ad blocking, protocol support for WireGuard IKV2. Now it does kind of use its own like Catapult Hydra protocol, which did give me good performance, but I'm not really sure why it's using that unique protocol or if there's that many advantages to it. I think it can be useful in obfuscation or bypacking VPN blocks, but I didn't really see too much other obfuscation settings in there, so I didn't really count it. It also doesn't have stuff like server favoriting. In terms of the trackers and permissions, it's not doing too well here either. 3 Android trackers, 13 permissions, and 5 website trackers, which is a new record from the VPNs I've taken a look at this year. So overall, not too impressive for an application. It does work good and functions fine, however. All right, guys, so now we're going to be testing out Bitdefender VPN with a torrent download. And now here on the channel, we don't really do speed tests because they're not really reliable, but instead using actual downloaded files, a Ubuntu download file in this case will provide the most accurate results. So I actually think, and I did a little tiny test here to start things out, that the speeds are going to be pretty good. The reason being is that Bitdefender is kind of outsourcing or using just kind of another VPN server network, which makes sense and is actually quite popular with these kind of antivirus VPNs. In fact, Malwarebytes uses Mulvad servers and several other ones do kind of the same thing. That's because it takes a long time to create a mature optimized server network. So I do expect to get pretty good speeds here, which is going to be a good thing for people looking to use Bitdefender. It's going to be using the same kind of service as Hotspot Shield. So as we can see down here, we're getting excellent speeds. I'm not too sure exactly how this protocol compares to WireGuard in terms of the technology, but we're getting around the same kind of speeds that we would probably get with a good solid WireGuard VPN. Anything above 40 going into 50 range is excellent. Sometimes we get speeds above that depending on the time of day and stuff like that. But these are really good speeds. So honestly, no complaints here with Bitdefender VPN. Like I said, using Hotspot Shield servers, so it's kind of to be expected to see good speeds here from a mature VPN. Now, what about the reputation for Bitdefender overall? It's a decently reputable company in terms of antivirus. It does collect a certain amount of information about you while you're using your VPN service, stuff that's kind of like anonymized according to them. Maybe they're using that for their product or whatever. But it's not my favorite logging policy at all. It says here they collect information about your service that's randomly generated, such as device IDs, IP addresses, and randomly generated tokens to establish the VPN connection. We use Pango as data processor, who processes data on behalf of Bitdefender in accordance with the instructions. So I'm not a huge fan of that. Not only that, but the company itself is using kind of Hotspot Shield services and kind of the servers behind the scenes. And as we all know, this is not a very reputable VPN on the tier list. Probably going to be re-reviewing this one soon, but Hotspot did get in trouble in the past with some kind of Federal Trade Commission complaint, with accusations coming from the Center and for Democracy and Technology, which claimed that Hotspot Shield had monitoring its users in a breach of its own stated policies. So when you see policies, like this that say they collect some of the stuff and it's anonymized, well, you kind of have to take it to a grain of salt, because something like this could happen, which is very concerning. So I'm not going to give Bitdefender too good of a reputation score here just for that stuff alone, and I think that makes sense. Bitdefender does have a support page, but my problem with these antivirus kind of VPN products is that there's so many different products and so many different things that you could get support with. It's just kind of a mess. The good thing is that Bitdefender does present a live chat option. If you scroll down here, you could talk to them with the different various kind of branches of it. So technical support and malware support and stuff like that. So it's decent support. So guys, the cool thing about Bitdefender VPN, it does look like it's working with Netflix, which is good to see. I'm connected to a USA server. I can't really pick the individual one, which is a bit annoying, but the speeds are fine, and it does unblock the USA version of Netflix, which is really nice to see. And just a little side note here, this is a pretty funny little thumbnail they have for Space Force. So yeah, but you can see the Twilight Zone, which means it's unblocking the USA version of Netflix, just not a generic Netflix, which only shows originals, which is common with VPNs who can't bypass the geo restrictions Netflix enforces. Now let's test the other ones like Hulu, Prime Video, and BBC iPlayer. So I sort of suspected this a little bit, and it looks like Hulu is not working with Bitdefender. The good news is it is working with Prime Video, so that's nice to see. And just by the way, guys, if you haven't seen Sound of Metal, really encourage you to check it out. It's a great movie about a drummer who loses his hearing. Another con with Bitdefender is it does not seem to be working with BBC iPlayer, so we really only got Prime Video and Netflix, which isn't horrible, but still not a 5 out of 5 for streaming compatibility, only a 2.5 out of 5 for that, since those two didn't work, Hulu and BBC iPlayer. So guys, in conclusion, we're going to give Bitdefender a 3.33 out of 5 because the application is just simply very simple. The reputation isn't the best since they do collect some logs here and there. Streaming isn't the best either since it only works with around half the options. Support's decent. It does offer you options with live chat and various other options. However, talking to some other users on my Discord channel about their experiences was that the support was generally just kind of not that useful, and some of the more detailed questions had to be put off to later dates, meaning slower response times there. The pricing is quite good, however, being mostly affordable at every kind of indication. I would like to see a little bit more plans available for maybe 6 months or maybe 3 months as well. However, it is not a bad price for the 1 month score. Overall, guys, Bitdefender is fine. Not something I would really recommend compared to a tier 1 VPN provider, but you could possibly do worse. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking out this review, and I'll see you on the next one very soon.